سڵاو قوتابیانی خۆشەویست من مامۆستا کارزان کەریم پسپۆڕی بایۆلۆجی لە ئامادەی بارزی ناحکومی بۆ خولی هاوینەی ئەم ساڵ 2021-22 لەگەڵتان دەبم بۆ ئەم هاوینە و بۆ ساڵی خوێندنی 2021-22 بەردەوام دەبم لە قوتابخانە لەگەڵتان و هەروەها هیوادارم کاتشی باش لەگەرێکی بەسەر بێن بۆ هەر پرسیارەکە تێبینیان دەتوانن پرسیار بکەن جوابتان بدەین توانای خۆمان وهروها درسي بيولوجيمان كهندق قوتابيان پرسیاریان لێ هەبووە لە هەندێک بابەتی هیوادارم استفادەشی لێبیر بکەین. So today we discuss about chapter 7 section 2. Some students have struggled with this point. So we discuss about our aim of lesson is discuss about the formation of gamete and its types. Second point is what is the difference between the normal gamete and abnormal gamete. So we learned already about how the gamete produced in chapter 7 genetic in chapter 7 section 1 and section 2, but we discussed about some point easily, but some students have struggled and don't understand very well. So number one, formation of gamete and types. For example, in monohybrid and dihybrid, how the gamete is produced. For example, we have the gamete with one parent A and B, for example. It's in monohybrid. In monohybrid, we have A and B. How the gamete is produced? According the law of independent assortment, this is separate. Become A and become B. So in monohybrid, how many gametes is produced? Maybe 1 and 2, depend on the parent we have. So this one is a different gamete, and 2 gametes is produced. And how many types? We have 2 types, 1 type and 2 types. What about dihybrid? Dihybrids. How the gamete is produced? For example, the parent we have R capital, Y capital, Y capital. How the gamete is produced and how many types? Parents we have R with the R capital with the Y capital, and R capital with the another Y capital. So become R capital, Y capital, R capital, Y capital. Also, we have R capital, Y capital, and R capital, Y capital. So how many gametes is produced? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 gametes is produced. But how many times? If we look at this one, all of them is same. So 1 type of gamete is produced. Another example, for example, in here. R capital, Y capital, or Y small. How many gametes is produced? Already 4 gametes, but how many types? We will look at this one. For example, R capital with R small. R capital with R small. This one, R capital with R small. All of them is the same type. So all of them 4 different gametes, but 1 type. 1 type is of gamete. For example, in exam tell you how many gametes produced. You can say 4, but how many types? You can say 1 type. Another question, for example, we have R capital, R small, Y capital, Y small. In here, R capital with the Y capital, R capital with the Y small, R small with the Y capital, and R small with the Y small. How many different gametes produced? This is different. This is. All of them is a different gamete. So 4 gametes produced. But how many types? 4 types. 1 type, 2 types, 3 types, 4 types. So 4 types is produced. Another question about, for example, we have how many gametes produced during this one, R capital, R small, and Y small, Y small. How many gametes produced? R capital with the Y capital, Y capital, and sorry, Y small, for example, and R capital with the Y small, and R small with the this one. So it become R capital, Y small, R capital with the Y small, and R capital with the R small with the Y small, R small with the Y small. How many types? This is 1 type, this is 1 type. So it become 2 different types of gamete. Different types of gamete is produced. So when you have it, a gamete in monohybrid and dihybrid, maybe many gametes produced, but different types. So you have to know about which type of gamete is produced. Another question, maybe the student have question about it one, is the normal gamete and abnormal gamete. How do you know? How do you know this gamete, for example, is normal, or this gamete is normal or abnormal? I told you, maybe you earlier you understand, the gamete and the allele represented by the letter. So each letter is represented by the allele. So allele represented by the letter also. Okay. Now we discuss about how do you know this allele, this the gamete is the abnormal or normal gamete. We have some note. If you understand it is easy. Just focus on the board. You understand what is the difference between abnormal gamete and normal gamete. Normal, note number 1, allele represented by letter. I have already told you that each letter is represented by allele. I already mentioned in the middle work. So normal gamete is contain different type of letter, variety of letter. It doesn't contain repeated letter. So normal gamete is consists of different letter. Different letter, what's that mean? It doesn't matter, this letter is capital or small, just different type. So for example, if 2 letters same, one of them is capital, is a small, or lowercase, it's not normal gamete. So different letter. For example, A is a 1 letter, it's a normal gamete. A and B is also normal gamete because different letter. A, B, R is also a normal gamete. Why? Because different letter. A, B, C, R capital is also normal gamete. Why? Because contain different letter. Okay, what about abnormal gamete? Abnormal gamete, it contain normal gamete consists consists of repeated letter. Doesn't matter this letter is capital or lowercase or capital or lowercase. If content repeated is abnormal. For example, I have a question. Which one is abnormal gamete? Which one is abnormal gamete? A. We have A, B, C, C. B, A, B, A, B. C, R small, R capital, B capital, B small, and for example, B small, R, T. So which one is D? All of them, or all of the above. Which one is the abnormal gamete? You have to understand which type of the gamete we know. We need the abnormal. Abnormal is it contains repeated letter. So A, B, C. We have double C. So it's abnormal. A and B. Double A, B, double B. So it's abnormal. R capital contain, for example, contain double R. R capital, R small. But all of also contain another R here. So this is abnormal. This is abnormal. Why? Because of repeated letter. So why repeated letter? It's very easy to understand, to distinguish between abnormal and normal. Normal, only one type of letter, without repeating. Doesn't matter lowercase or capital letter. We have another equation about abnormal gametes and normal gametes. For example, in 2014 and 2015, in the second term, we have this question. The question said, one of the following doesn't represent normal gamete. What's that? It doesn't represent normal gamete. This is mean abnormal gamete. What is abnormal gamete? Without hesitate, just look at the which ones have repeated letter. For example, this is a repeat? No. This is a repeat? No. This is a repeated letter? No. This one contains two T. This one and this one. So this one is the abnormal gamete. Another question in 2015 and 2017 first term said, which of the following represent normal gamete? This question said, find out normal gamete. Which one is a normal? Normal is contain gamete without a repeated letter. For example, which one is a repeated? It doesn't normal gamete. For example, is a normal? Think it is a normal? No. Why? Because contain double G, double R. It's a not normal. This one is a normal? No. Why? Because contain double R capital and R small. This one, what about this one? This is contain double G. It doesn't represent. So this question is normal gamete. So the lesson, our lesson for today is finished. I hope you enjoyed it and learned many vital, important point about the normal gamete and the abnormal gamete. If you have any question, you can ask me or send any letter. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Bye. Goodbye. See you.